Hello everyone, Masrom here. In this video, I explain how and why I'm rating the weapons in Hunting Grounds. This list assumes you play every weapon on the same level, and I mean this as same good and not as same bad. Hunting Grounds is an endless game mode, so weapons which scales over time and has some defensive or evasive ability are higher on the list. First of all, I put X on the top because it's one of the weapons which scales over time. With Overcharged Cylinder mod, you can reach level 4 Determination, which gives near permanent 75% damage to every attack and gives 2.5 multiplier to your throw. If you do that on a full meter, turning your 800 base damage Grim Onslaught into a 2000 base damage one, and on top of this multiplier, it also gets the 75% damage boost, so that's a pretty great boost compared to the base 800 damage. X is one of the hardest weapons to use and learn due to its low attack speed and high commitment into charged attacks, and while the special is on cooldown, you can interrupt only with the melee attack, which might take some practice, but pretty much doable consistently. Up next, Pike. Just like X, Pike also scales over time with Executioner Spearhead mod, so I also put this on the top, but below X, since Executioner is 60% and full meter is 20%, which is slightly more than X 75% damage bonus, but X gets multiplicative damage bonus on its highest attack, while Pike doesn't. Also, taking damage with Pike halves your meter, and it also decays over time, so that 20% damage isn't permanent. Pike also excels in interrupt, which is really important in Hunting Ground, since as I experienced, many players don't interrupt behemoths, and if you miss an interrupt, like for Terra and Bermin, you can get punished really hard for it. But Pike has a ranged interrupt, so even if the behemoth doesn't target you, you can interrupt it. Next on the list, Sword. Sword excels in mobility and defense. Blade Dash, hold L attack, gives mobility, recursive mod restores stamina, regens back valor, and overall gives higher meter gain. The meter gives attack speed, slicers, enables Avenging Overdrive, which is a great defense tool, and with Borrow's Sword, which is about the best in Hunting Grounds, also gives extra damage during Overdrive. But the problem with Sword is, you can't stop the meter decay, so you either start with a full or empty meter. And if the behemoth is on half health, and you want to keep your meter for the next behemoth, then the current one will be harder. And if you use it, then the next behemoth will be harder. Sword also have a safe ranged interrupt, but this requires 3 valors. In Hunting Ground, you can build valor on dead behemoths, so it isn't a big problem. And if you watch my Sword interrupt montage guide, then you can interrupt without valor. And just like Sword, Chainblades are mobile and safe weapon. Chainblades are a very safe weapon with Reaper's Dance and mobile with the dash and Reaper's Pull. With dash plus bladed attack, it also offers a very safe interrupt. I put Chainblades here because it doesn't give extra damage over time like Pike and X, but offers mobility and safety, which is really important in a long run. Now I put both Hammer and Strikers below all of the weapons, because it's true they offers a very high potential damage, but neither of them have sustained in their kit. Strikers offers mobility with Surge, and Hammer offers damage and a short movement speed buff with Landbreaker. But both of the weapons have slow attacks, so somewhat struggles before you can stagger lock a behemoth. With bad or just unlucky interrupt timing, you can trade the interrupt, which results in damage taken, since you don't get iframes during their interrupt move. Now lastly, repeaters. I play every weapon and I like all of them, so don't get me wrong when I put repeaters on the bottom. Lately, I'm playing mostly with repeaters, so I know this weapon pretty well. Repeaters can use 6 less perks than any other weapon. So, if you want to use Sustain in the build like Iceborne, Parasitic or Assassin's Vigor, you have to sacrifice more damage than in other weapons. Repeaters also doesn't have Prismatic slot yet, which makes possible builds very limited. It's true, repeaters can give attack speed boost to everyone, but it lacks interrupt and stagger, which is not exactly true, but you are very limited. Trax and Malkarion Barrel offers 1 interrupt per behemoth, but out of these two, I can recommend Trax for interrupt. though most of the islands are Blaze and Frost, so for damage you want Blaze or Frost Barrel. You can deal stagger damage with Pangar unique effect. If you are solo, it's possible you can stagger some behemoths, but most of the time it's not gonna happen. But at least Repeaters doesn't use stamina for attacks, so you can dodge attacks more easily. So, even if Repeaters are a great weapon, it lacks many of the key mechanics which are really needed in hunting grounds. So, I do not say Repeaters are bad and don't use it, it just doesn't work mechanically in this game mode. Also, I didn't want to make an F tier for weapons, so I just put pubs here since every weapon is better if you can use it correctly than other weapons which are used incorrectly. Like, Repeaters are stronger if you can use it correctly than someone who use only the chain attack with chain blades. If I miss something that would put a weapon on a different level, then let me know, because I'm pretty reasonable man, and even if I have near 3 years of knowledge of Dauntless, I might have missed something important. Anyways, I think that's it for now. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye!